Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty outside. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic, and our members of Parliament and Ministers of State with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government this land and people will be well and truly served, and that is for the common human life be realized in our midst. Amen. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a country of peace, where government shall rest in the will of the people and love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, votes and proceedings. 8th July. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. 7, page 8, page 9, 10. Yes, page 11, page 12, page 13, 14, page 15, page 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Honorable members, in the absence of any corrections, the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 8th July, are hereby adopted as to record of proceedings. Official report. June. Any corrections, please? Honorable members, in the absence of election, the official report of 24th June is adopted. 25th. Honorable members, in the absence of any correction, the official report of 25th June is adopted. 26th June. In the absence of any corrections, honorable members, the official report of 26th June is hereby adopted as to record of the proceedings. Public business. Item 4. Presentation of papers. Chairman of the committee. Finance. For I.
Report of the Finance Committee on the request for waiver of import duty, import VAT, import get fund, import NHIL, exim levy, special import levy, and other approved imports amounting to the Ghana cedi equivalent of 4,107,555 cedi equivalent on equipment, tools, and hardware in respect of the Ghana Radio Astronomy Project and collocation of satellite Earth observation ground receiving at Kuntunse for Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute.
Paper is duly presented and for distribution to honorable members. Aye.
Report of the Finance Committee on the request for waiver of import duties, import VAT, get fund levy, import NHIL levy, exim levy, and special import levy amounting to the Ghana cedi equivalent of 878,364 United States dollars and 92 cents on IT equipment, materials, and services to be imported procured locally for the implementation of the Ghana Revenue Authority IT Training Academy project.
The paper is duly presented and is for distribution to honorable members. Aye.
Report of the Finance Committee on the request for waiver of import duty, import NHIL, import get fund, import VAT exim levy, and special import levy amounting to the Ghana's equivalent of 3,214,538 United States dollars on CAPEX scientific mathematical instruments to be procured and supplied by MS Bluegrass Group Limited for use in West African Examinations Council examinations in Ghana.
Paper is duly presented and for distribution to honorable members. Ivy.
Report of the Finance Committee on the facility agreement between the Government of the Republic, represented by the Ministry of Finance, and the Dutch Bank AG as the arranger and orender, and TMF Global Services UK Limited as the facility arranger for an amount of 56,153,500 euros to finance the construction of trauma hospitals in Obo and Enyinem, an accident and emergency center at Atrensi Hospital, and rehabilitation of Obuasi Health Center.
The paper is duly presented and is for distribution. B. Chairman of the Committee on Mines and Energy. Honorable Majority Leader, your chairman.
Mr. Speaker, I believe we may have to stand down item number 4B, and 5 as well.
Can we take 5?
Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Minister for Finance, as you do know, is around. I don't know whether she can take 6, but because she's not here, let's go to item number 8.
Item number
8.
8.
Yes.
Land bill.
Bill.
Well, if the first Deputy Speaker will take the chair. Land Bill 2019 and the Constitution states, item listed 8, I, clause 33.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we from clause 81. The others will remain stood down. We'll be considering them later. So we start with clause 81, BI.
We move on to clause 81. Clause 81, VI.
Registrable interest.
Chairman.
Right, Honorable Speaker, clause 81, subclause 1, paragraph A, at end, add title. So it will be Alodia title.
Yes. Yes, Honorable President.
Mr. Speaker, I support the chairman's amendment. The interests in land which are registrable include allodial title. In practice and in the court, that is how it's often referred to, the allodial title owner. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman, your view?
Sorry. VII, clause 81, amendment proposed, subclause 1, paragraph D. At end, add interest. So it will be usufructuary
I've not
interest.
put a question on VI. All those in favor of the amendment? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I support the chairman to the extent that it's consistent with clause 1. The following are the interests in land. Yes, it's consistent with 1. Yes.
Chairman, you agreeable? Chairman,
Yes,
you
right,
agreeable?
Honorable Speaker. That's the reason, because they are listed in clause 1.
I put a question in those terms. All those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Further amendment 81. Chairman.
Clause 81.
First Deputy Speaker will take the check.
Yes, Chairman. You are moving item IX.
Right, Honorable Speaker, item VI.
VIII. Very well. You may proceed.
Page 6. Amendment proposed. Subclause 1, paragraph E. After leasehold, insert interest. So it will be lease interest and.
Honourable members, for the consideration of the House. Yes, Honourable
Mr.
Manuel.
Speaker, I support the chairman's amendment. So it means that the column there will be. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Chairman. You want a column, please?
Yeah, the comma will come after the interest.
Very well. All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item IX.
Subclause 81, subclause 2, line 1, delete and insert or. So the new rendition will be an interest in a condominium, an apartment, or a flat.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item X. No, sorry. Now the question is clause 81 as variously amended. Shall stand. Yes, Honorable Minority Leader.
Madam Speaker, just before you put the question, with your leave and indulgence, subclause 3, for the purpose of this section. No, on the overall. He's done it on 2. Yeah. For the purpose of section, I thought that the subsection there is referring to just 2. So the 2 must come in paragraph 3. For the purpose of subsection 2, condominium means. But when you just say for the purpose of this section, we can construe it as if you are referring to the section on registrable interest. But you are defining condominium only in effect of subclause 2. So it should reflect, you don't say for the purpose of this section, for the purpose of subsection 2. That is what, if I have your leave.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
The Speaker, indeed and in truth, condominium is first mentioned in subsection 2 of section 81. So you are right if you want us to particularize, except that what we have been doing is really to relate it to the entirety of the section.
It's a right that is being registered. Oh, sorry, you're on your feet, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, just before we put a question, it's not related to the amendment per se, but it's something we should take note of. You see, when we are dealing with flats, in certain jurisdictions, and I'm happy the Works and Housing Minister is here, you need to have a separate law. Some people call it party wall law, because if you have a flat, which one is yours? Is it the concrete slab above you, or the slab below you, or the walls? In this country, we say flat, and we define the boundary of you are occupying. So assuming there's a leakage, for instance, on the flat above, whose job is it? So we should just bear in mind we are making law. It will be important for us to develop a law that defines what people call party wall in the future, to be able to make these things clearer and safer for everybody. So it's not an amendment per se, but just to draw our attention that even if we make it this way, it is not watertight enough in terms of a law.
Honorable Minister for Works and Housing, do you want to contribute to this?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. What my colleague is espousing is very uppermost in our minds, and that's why the ministry has put before Cabinet a condominium bill, and very soon it will take care of some of the very important concerns that is raised, and it will come and also shore up law. So we have a condominium bill that is before Cabinet, and very soon it will come to this August House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
For the purposes of this section, we are ready the interest of a person in this part of a block. Right, so I think I can put the question. As many as are in favor, as many as are in favor of clause 81 as amended, being a part of the bill, say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it, clause 81 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 82.
Registrable rights.
Item X.
Clause 82. Amendment proposed. Opening phrase. Delete and insert the following. The rights that are registrable in relation to land under this act are, then the mortgage, easement, and others follow.
Yes, Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I support the chairman's amendment, but Mr. Speaker, with your leave and indulgence, if he has no objection, it should read the rights that are registrable in relation to interest in land, because everywhere we talk about interest in land, not land per se. So I would insert the words before land. I agree with the rest of his word, but before land, interest in land. But if that is Mr. Speaker, my argument is that you must have an interest to acquire. I've been advised.
Yes, Honorable Member for Wa West.
Yes, we just dealt with the interest in the previous subclause. We are talking about rights here.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have. The amendment is question is clause 82 as amended. Shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 82 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 8.
Qualification for title registration.
Item XI. Chairman.
Clause 83, subclause 1, line 2 and 3. Delete person or entity and insert person, stool, skin, clan, or family. So the new rendition will be person, stool, skin, clan, or family qualifies to register land in the name of that person, stool, skin, clan, or family. If that person, stool, skin, clan, or family, then the others will follow.
All in favor of the proposed amendment, aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XII.
Clause 83, amendment proposed, subclause 4, line 1. Delete will according to its terms and insert will according to the terms of the interest. And in line 4, delete it and insert the interest. So the new rendition will be where an interest will, according to the terms of the interest, as without notice of termination within less than 2 years after the date on which an application for the registration of that interest is made. Interest shall not be registered under this act, although the interest may be renewable on notice.
As many as are in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now, clause 83 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 83 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 84.
Demarcation and survey.
Yes, Chairman.
Clause 84, subclause 1, delete and insert the following. The Lands Commission shall, before an area is declared a title registration district, ensure that the boundaries of the land which is likely to be affected by the declaration are demarcated, or that a source is made of the boundaries or both.
Honourable members, the proposed new redrafted clause for the consideration of the House. All in favor of the new clause say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now, clause 84 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 84 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 85.
Registry map.
Clause 85, subclause 1, delete and insert the following. The Lands Commission shall, before the declaration of an area as a registration district, direct the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division, acting in consult with the Director of the Land Registration Division, to prepare for the area a map or series of maps to be called a registry map, which shall be maintained at the Land Registration Division.
Yes, Honourable Member for Wa West.
Well, in the amendment, I think that in the second, the third line, after mapping, the division there should also be capital, because if you come down, you see that they use for the land registration division with the capital letter division. So, for consistency's sake, it should be corrected accordingly.
Yes. Very well. All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now, clause 85 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 85 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 86.
Alteration of registry map and preparation of new edition.
There's no advertised amendment to clause 86. All in favor of clause 86 standing a part of the bill say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 86 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 87.
Notice of commencement of demarcation.
Clause 87.
Yes.
Amendment proposed. Delete and insert the following. The Director of the Survey and Mapping shall, within a period of not less than 7 days, before location and survey of lands in a title registration district begins, A. Display a notice indicating the time and place of the demarcation in a conspicuous place in the locality, and B. Publish the notice of the demarcation in a newspaper of national circulation and in a radio locality likely to be affected to inform persons.
All in favor of the amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now, clause 87 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 87 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 88. Yeah, it's Honourable Member for Wa West.
Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry to bring, but if you look at the way it's captured, that's not what we agreed on. Who are in the locality to affected, it should be to inform people who are to be affected. But the way the sentence is, to be affected to inform persons, there's something wrong about it.
The B, right?
Yeah, the B, yeah.
Publish the notice of the demarcation in a newspaper of national circulation and in a radio in the locality likely to be affected to inform persons. That's true. Something is missing. Yes. Yes. Chairman, in suggesting that persons likely to be affected should be the
Right Honorable Speaker, I think it's okay to add.
Very well. So all in favor of the proposed? Yes, Honorable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the concern really is taken care of in B. In B. B. Publish the notice of the
Likely to be affected is up there. The locality likely to
in the locality likely to be affected to inform persons, that is the persons in the locality. Yes.
So we have to repeat.
Persons in the locality. Persons, I think it's missing here. Missing here in B. But we Mr. Speaker, it was supposed to read to publish the notice or the demarcation in a newspaper of national circulation, in the radio, to inform persons likely to be in the locality. No, to inform persons likely to be affected in the locality. Yeah, that is how, I think there's a mix-up. Yes.
The to inform persons have been misplaced. All right. So then can you please go over it for the record?
Mr. Speaker, in fact, I noticed that another word is even missing from there, is to publish the notice of the commencement of the demarcation. The commencement of the demarcation in a newspaper of national circulation and in the radio to inform persons in the locality likely to be affected.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 87 as amended. Shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 87 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 88.
Notice of demarcation and survey.
Yes, Chairman. Item XVI.
Clause 88, subclause 1, paragraph A. Line 1, delete is otherwise interested, and insert otherwise has interest. So the new rendition, an official surveyor or a licensed surveyor who is directed under subsection 2 of section 84 to survey or demarcate land may cause a notice to be served on a person, A, who owns, occupies, or otherwise has interest in a land, wanting the land to be surveyed or demarcated.
Very well. As many as are in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XVI. Chairman.
Clause 88, subclause 1, paragraph B, line 1, delete management or cultivation and insert administration, management or use. So the new rendition, paragraph B, will be employed or connected with the administration, management or use of the land.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 88 as amended. shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 88 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 89.
Declaration or registration district.
There's no advertised amendment to Clause 89. All in favor of Clause 89 being a part of the bill say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 89 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 90.
Survey to demarcate boundaries within registration district.
There's no advertised amendment to Clause 90. All in favor of Clause 90 being a part of say aye. All that say no. Yes, Honorable Member for the Clue.
Mr. Speaker, the copy of the bill that I have didn't read survey. It says surveyor. Does that mean that it was corrected in the past? Surveyor to demarcate boundaries within the registration district. But what the clerk read was survey.
Which clause are you referring to? Clause 90?
The subhead for 90.
What I have before me is surveyor to demarcate boundaries with the shed.
Is it survey or survey?
Survey.
Okay, all right, okay, thank you.
You probably have an outdated copy of the bill. Very well. Clause 91.
General boundaries.
Amendment proposed. Chairman.
Clause 91. Subclause 1, line 2, delete situation and insert location. So the new rendition will be the registry must any plan filed in the registry indicate only the approximate boundaries and the approximate location of a parcel shown on the map and the plan.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XIX.
Clause 91, subclause 4. Line 2, not 3, line 2. Delete until and insert unless. So a court shall not entertain an action pending a dispute as to the boundaries of a parcel within registration district unless the process of settlement in this session has been exhausted.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye.
Aye.
All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Yes, Honorable Member for the Clue.
Sorry to take you back, just the clause we did before this one. I noticed we've been using a map and a plan.
Can I put the question on the 91, then I'll give you the opportunity to speak to the other one. The question is Clause 91 as variously amended. It shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 91 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Now, not Member for the Clue, you may.
Mr. Speaker, I noticed the clause we did before the one we just did. We've been using both plan and map. But the bill describes a plan to include a map. So should we actually be using a plan and a map, or if we just stick to what we have already defined? Because the definition of a plan in this bill includes a map. So, Chairman, how do you want us to handle it?
Are you talking to a particular or
One, just, yeah, the 91, 1, the registry map of an area the registry map and any plan filed in the registry. And I'm saying we are using map and plan almost interchangeably. But the definition here in the document says a plan includes a map.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I believe the style that has been employed here is where it is introduced at the beginning of a section. They repeat the entire complement, and when you go into that section, then they will use one. Like where you quoted 91.1, it uses both terms. You come to 91, then it resorts to just a map. You go to, that is 91.3a. It goes through official surveyor or a licensed surveyor. If you look at the interpretations, the official surveyor also includes a licensed surveyor. So you realize that after it's been introduced, if you go into the session, then they use just the surveyor to include both the official surveyor and licensed surveyor. I think that's deployed throughout. Yeah.
Very well. Clause 92.
6 boundaries.
Item XX, Chairman.
Clause 92, subclause 4, line 2. After verified, insert and approved. And in line 4, delete it and insert there. So the new rendition will be where the dimensions and boundaries of a parcel are defined by reference to a plan, verified and approved by the Director of Survey and Mapping Division. A note shall be made in the register, and the parcel shall be deemed to have the boundaries fixed under this section.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. Have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXI.
Clause 92, subclause 5, line 1. Delete Lands Commission and insert Land Registrar. So it will read, the Land Registrar shall, within 14 days after the boundaries have been fixed, give notice to the person specified in subsection 2 of the fixing of the boundary.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. And the question is, clause 92 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All I know. The ayes have it. Clause 92 as amended is already part of the bill. Clause 93.
Maintenance of boundary features.
Item XXII, Chairman.
Clause 93, subclause 2, line 2. Before survey, insert Director of the. So the new rendition, subject of section 3, where a beacon or mark is not maintained in proper order or repair, or is removed or retreated, the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division may serve on the proprietor of each parcel in relation to, and it continues.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXIII.
Right, Honorable Speaker, SXIII will drop that amendment. Agree. Okay. Right, Honorable Speaker, clause 93, amendment proposed, subclause 4, line 5. at add on terms specified by the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division. So the rendition will be: the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division may, in writing, require the proprietor of land adjoining a beacon or mark to be responsible for the maintenance, repair, restoration, erection of the beacon or mark that is not in good condition or is removed or obliterated on terms specified by the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division.
All in favor of the... Yes, Honorable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, if we have to accept it, maybe we have to just insert the definite article, they are on, as in between on and terms. On the term specified as the Director of Survey and Mapping Division. That is it. But Mr. Speaker, I honestly think that really is not necessary. The reason is that 4 says that the Director of the Survey and Mapping may, in writing, require the proprietor of land adjoining a beacon or mark to be responsible for the maintenance, repair, restoration, or re-erection of the beacon or mark that is not in good condition, or is removed or obliterated. What is required to be done will be what will be written by the director and communicated to the person. And certainly it will suggest what is to be done. So to say that it should be done on the terms specified by the Director of Survey and Mapping Division, I think is an overkill. But if it should be, well, I have no strong position against it though, except that I think it's an overkill.
Mr. Speaker, it cannot be an overkill. The first part he read is that the person should communicate to you to do something. But under what terms? How early? How is it to be done? These are specifications. These are terms that you must give to the person. So it is not the instruction where you are writing to the person is a different matter from when you tell him that I want you to do this before 3 p.m. or because it will cost you this. These are the terms those are things that you must specify. And that aspect is a requirement of his. If you just say go and do what you have to do, and you do it, and it is not satisfactory because it did not specify the conditions and terms, then you have a problem. But it is important that we retain it.
So I'll put a question. As many as are in favor of the proposed amendment, say aye. All against, say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXIV.
Clause 93, amendment proposed, sub-clause 5, line 1. Delete a servant or and insert an. So the new rendition will be where it is established that the proprietor or an agent of a proprietor of land joining a beacon or mark.
All in favor of the proposed amendment, say aye. All against. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is 93 as variously amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 93 as variously amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 94.
Reducing section.
There's no advertised amendment to clause 94. All in favor of clause 94 being a part of the bill, say aye. I'll put the question again. All in favor of clause 94 being a part of the bill, say aye. All against, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 94 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 95.
Identification of registration section.
There's no advertisement to clause 95. All in favor of clause 95 being a part of the bill, say aye. All against that, say no. The ayes have it. Clause 95 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 96.
Notice of registration district.
Item XXV, Chairman.
Right Honorable Speaker, before I go to SXV, clause 96, subclause 1 specifies the situation. We want the situation changed, amended to location. I think it wasn't advertised, but we agreed that it should be location instead of situation.
Very well. All in favor of the amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Yes, item XXV. V.
Clause 96, paragraph B, line 2. Before interest, insert has an. So the nation will be requires a person who claims to be the proprietor of land or has an interest in land within the registration district.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, because of the opening, a person who claims to be a proprietor of land, or it cannot be has an, or to have an. He claims to have an interest. So it rather should read to have an instead of has, yes. He claims to have an. Yes.
Yes, Chairman.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I agree to that amendment.
Very well. So the question is, all in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. Amendment is carried. Item XXVI.
Clause 96, paragraph D, line 2. Delete their interest and insert the interest of the person. So it will read, requires a person claiming interest in land within the registration district to register the interest of the person within a specified period.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is, clause 96 adversely amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 96 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 97.
Application for registration.
Clause 97. Subclause 4, line 2. Before acquired, insert jointly. So it will read, an application for registration of land or an interest in land jointly acquired for valuable consideration during marriage shall state the spouses in the marriage as the application.
Is it not part of the matters we have asked to defer? Well, it is a very controversial matter. To suggest that only because I'm married, I can't acquire property in my name alone is a very controversial matter. Yes, shall we defer that? And yeah, is a member for our.
Mr. Speaker, as I said, I said, yesterday we debated it at length, but it is because we are just quoting the Constitution. In fact, what we need to do is that, given the Supreme Court rulings on these matters, we need to enact a law which will define properly what the contribution will be. You see, but if you don't put it like this, it doesn't have a meaning. So we need to make sure that we put it as it is described in the Constitution, so that it is joined by. But how the circumstances under which this was done, it's not like what is being said in the Supreme Court about what is going on, where just by mere association with somebody, anything the person acquires is jointly acquired. You must prove some joint labor or joint support that you have given. So it's a different matter. Please let us take this one on.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, as the chairman indicated, we just wanted to comply with the constitutional imperatives that if the property is acquired during marriage, and that is why we use the language of the Constitution. It says to achieving the full realization of the rights referred to in Clause 2. I think I'm reading the wrong thing. Yes, spouses shall have equal access to property jointly acquired during marriage. During marriage. Yes, and that's why we just say that an application for registration of land or an interest in land jointly acquired for valuable consideration during marriage. The Speaker is
Jointly acquired.
Jointly.
Yes, that's important. Yes. Yes, Honorable.
So, Mr. Speaker, there must be evidence to prove that that land has been jointly acquired. So not that for the mere fact that is acquired during marriage, it has been acquired. There must be evidence to prove that it has been acquired jointly.
Yes, Honorable Member for Tamale North.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you. I think that the Constitution has been interpreted variously by various rulings and jointly explained by various rulings. And so in making law, we need, in my view, Mr. Speaker, to also take consideration what the law wants to cure. And through our interactions, what came out for me was the fact that in many parts of the country, many women who are married tend to work either in their husband's fields of operation or with them. So, for example, if the husband, it suffices to say in most parts of the country that the women till the husbands and all of that. Now, this law is to ensure that for such women in such a situation, if the husband or any of the spouses, yesterday I gave the example of even men who are also married to women who are, for example, in Makola, and they have to take care of the home so that they can go and do business. So for such a marriage, when property is acquired, like the courts have already determined, it is fair for it to be assumed to have been acquired on behalf of either parties. So I think that restating what is already in the Constitution does not really satisfy what this law is supposed to do. I mean, once we have just stated that it is assumed that whatever property is acquired, if you want to register, you do not declare that it is not for both of you. The law, by the rulings of the judges, has already made it clear that it is assumed that it is for the both of you. Bringing the jointly just makes it long, Mr. Speaker.
We are only stating the law. The judges will interpret it. That's all. Yes. Chairman, Constitutional League, I see you attempting to rise.
You've said what I wanted to say, because there is already a judicial pronouncement on what joint acquisition of property is during marriage. We are only trying to lift what is in the Constitution and incorporate same into the bill, so that when it becomes a law, it will then be operationalized. Speaker, whether we bring in joint acquisition or not, if it can be inferred and proven from the circumstances that a spouse contributed to the acquisition of a property, that spouse will be deemed to be a joint owner of that property.
That's so. As many as are in favor of the proposed amendment, say aye. All against, say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 97 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. Against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 97 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 98.
Resolution of land dispute.
Item XX VIII. Chairman.
Clause 98, subclause 1, line 2. 8. 98.
We are finished with 97. We are 98.
Subclause 1, line 2. Delete until and is unless. So it will read, an action concerning any land or interest in land in a registration district shall not be commenced in any court unless the procedures for resolution of disputes under the AGR Act 210-798 has been set.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXIX.
Clause 98, subclause 3, line 2. After shall, insert in writing. So the new rendition will be where a dispute is pending as specified in subsection 2. A party shall, in writing, serve notice on the land registrar.
Should the writing be there or should be after the notice? Shall serve notice in writing. Shall writing serve notice? Or it shall serve notice in writing? Which one is better? Very well. The amendment proposed by the chairman is what is before us. If you agree with me, propose another amendment. If all in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 8 as variously amended. Shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 98 as amended shall stand part of the bill. Clause 99.
Compilation of registered deeds.
Clause 99. Amendment proposed 5, line 1. After shall, insert where no objection is raised under subsection 4. The new rendition will be the Lands Commission shall, where no objection is raised under subsection 4, register the person as a proprietor of the land upon the submission of the approved plan referred to in subsection 2.
Members for the consideration of the House. All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXXII.
Clause 99. Amendment proposed. Add the following new subclause.
XXXI. Yes. Majority Leader, yeah.
Mr. Speaker, there is a proposed amendment which is not captured. That has to do with 99.6. 99.6.
99.6.
It's on the next page.
It is the next one. It is
okay.
XXXI.
Okay.
Chairman, we move XXXI.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we drop SXI. Yes, the new subclause, we drop it. At the winnowing, we to drop it, but it was recaptured. So, with your permission, we want to drop it.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, the reason, as the Deputy Minority Leader is that it funds in 98.2. It's already in 98.2.
Very well. Then go to XXXII.
Clause 99, subclause 6, line 1. Delete may in consultation with and insert on the advice of. So the new rendition will be the minister may on the advice of the Lands Commission by legislative instrument make regulations.
Very well. All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 99 as amended. Shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 99 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Before I proceed to the next stage, I'm directing the members conjoined in line 3 on the fourth bench on my right to observe social distancing, please. Honorable Kujo, Honorable Kwat, please kindly observe social distancing. Good.
Functions of the Director of the Land Registration Division.
Chairman, amendment proposed. XXIII.
Clause 100, line 1. Delete chief lands and insert chief land. To read, the Director of the Land Registration Division is the Chief Land Registrar and is responsible for.
Very well. In favor of the proposed amendment, say aye. All against, no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. The question is clause 100, as amended, shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 100, as amended, is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 101. Yes, Chairman.
Clause 101, amendment proposed, line 2, delete duly. So it will read, the Director of the Land Registration Division shall be assisted in the performance of the functions of the office by gazetted land registrars.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. Did you vote no? Oh, very well. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 101 as amended shall stand part of the bill. All in favor say all against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 101 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 102.
Powers and obligations of land trust.
Item XXXV.
Subclause clause 102, subclause 1, paragraph C. At the end, add or.
All in favor of the proposal say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXXVI.
Clause 102, amendment proposed, subclause 2, lines 3 and 4. Delete both occurrences of district courts and insert courts of competent jurisdiction.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say the ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XXXVII.
Clause 102, subclause 3. Closing phrase after paragraph B. Line 1, delete and insert or. So it will be granted consent or concurrence to the disposition.
All in favor of the proposed amendment, aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Amendment is carried. Item XXXVIII.
Clause 102, subclause 3, paragraph K. Before environmental, insert social and. So it will read social and environmental impact assessment.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against that say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 102 as variously amended. Just we haven't done XXIX, sorry. There's even XL. Item XXXIX.
Right Honorable Speaker, we will step down clause, the amendment in subclause 4, line 2. So,
Yes. You're deferring XXXIX.
Yes, right Honorable Speaker. So we'll move to
XL, you're ready to do XL.
Clause 6.
That's XL.
Yes.
All right, you may move that.
So clause 102, subclause 6, line 4. After amendment, insert or a relevant agreement in respect of a large-scale disposition. So it will read, subject to subsection 3, where the Regional Lands Commission fails to grant or give notice to the applicant of refusal to grant on stated grounds within 3 months from the date of preparation of a valid document, or a relevant agreement in respect of a large-scale disposition, the consent shall be deemed to have been granted, and the land registrar shall proceed with the registration process.
Yes, Tamale North. Tamale Central, sorry.
Actually, the document is also a relevant agreement. Any document, a relevant agreement includes a document. So I was thinking that we are trying to address large-scale disposition of land. And so we could just say that after document, insert in respect of a large-scale disposition. In respect of a large-scale, because a document is an agreement. And that will cover it.
Yes, Chairman. Does the relevance there make any difference? So kindly state the relevant rendition.
So it will be a relevant agreement.
Sir, can my colleague give us the new rendition?
Yes, honourable member for Tamale Central.
Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that after document, we'll just add in respect of a large-scale disposition. And because the document includes agreement.
Chairman, is that okay? Very well. All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. Yes, Honorable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'm just looking at what is required to be submitted, and it includes information, and then a valid document. Information contained in 5A, for instance, 5A. Unless you want to count the information as being part of a document. Unless you want to count information as being part of a document. If that is so, then it will be appropriate. Other than that, there is a separate provision for information in 5A.
So what's your complaint about that? The Original Lands Commission may A, in furtherance of the grant of consent concurrence, request the person who is applying for the consent and concurrence to submit information that the Original Lands Commission determines is essential for the grant. So the information that is requesting from the applicant, you may not have provided that, and it thinks, I need that before I can grant you. I don't think it's out of place.
The Speaker, I'm not saying it's I'm really just opposing saying with 6. I'm asking whether after information, after the document, we may not have to add information. But if you construe information to be part of the valid document, then we can leave it. I'm talking about 6, where the chairman is proffering the amendment. I'm asking if we construing the document to include the information as stated in 5. If that is the understanding, then, Mr. Speaker, I believe I'll be all right. Other than that, I thought we have to find a way to insert information.
Yes, honourable member for Tamale Central.
Mr. Speaker, matters concerned can only be documentary. Even if it is oral grant, it has to be reduced into a documentary form before it can be registered. Without evidence, without documentary evidence of an oral grant, that grant, as you know, cannot be registered. And so the information there can only be a document.
Very well. So now put the question on entire clause 102. And the question is that clause 102, as previously amended, shall stand part of the bill. Well, sorry, we have to defer that because we didn't put the question on. Very well. So the question on clause 102 is deferred. Clause 103.
Application for first registration.
Yes, Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to be informed as to whether I put the question on 6. On 6. I thought you have to put the question on the 6 and leave the other one, the general one, hanging.
Yes, I did. Because after I put the question that you came on your feet. 103.
Clause 103, subclause 2. Paragraph D. Line 1. Delete duplicate and insert triplicate. So the rendition will be a plan in triplicate approved by the Director of Service. Mr. Speaker, because if you go to B, they're requesting a list in triplicate of all deeds. And each deed document contains a plan. So we need to also make the duplicate triplicate.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 1. Yes, Honorable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, just an omission, a minor omission in same D, 2D, line 1, we insert the between of and survey. So it's Director of the Survey and Mapping Division. I will add division after mapping. So a plan in triplicate approved by the Director of the Survey and Mapping Division.
Very well. As many as are in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Now the question is clause 103 as amended shall stand part of the bill. Chairman, are you proposing another amendment? All in favor of clause 103 being a part of the bill say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. Clause 103 as amended is ordered to be part of the bill. Clause 104.
Time and manner of first registration.
Item XLII. Chairman.
Clause 104, subclause 1, paragraph C. Add the following name subparagraph. A court of competent jurisdiction or.
All in favor of the proposed amendment say aye. All against say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XLII. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the Court of Competent Jurisdiction. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes. I see.
Very well. Yes, Chairman. XLII.
Clause 104, subclause 1, paragraph D, line 2, delete 99 and insert 103, and in line 4, delete 102 and insert 107. Mr. Speaker, these are cross references, and we find some errors in them.
Didn't we still leave it to the draftment? We should leave it to the draft persons, or should...
Yes, Speaker, in these ones, we are really sure about them.
Very well. All in favor of the proposed amendment, say aye. All against, say no. The ayes have it. The amendment is carried. Item XL IV.
Speaker, I believe we may have to halt further consideration because we managed yesterday to get to 104, and there are a few hurdles that we have to scale over if we continue. So I'll pray us to end here and urge the Winnowing Committee to faithfully retreat to 11th floor west wing for us to continue with the winnowing. The Speaker, it really served a good purpose what we did yesterday. I'm hopeful that if we're able to go to about 150 today, tomorrow we will find it very smooth sailing when it comes to the consideration of the bill.
Very well. Yes, Honorable Ranking Bell.
There is no doubt that the winnowing is helping this House make steady progress with the bill. Indeed, if we don't go back and winnow, we will be bogged down by arguments. And so it offers us an opportunity to reconcile the various competing interests, to be able to come up with an agreed rendition of the process. So I believe that yesterday we got to this particular provision. We were still debating the rationale for that provision when we realized that we were all tired. So we stopped here. So I agree with Majority Leader that we may have to pause here. Except that if we are adjourning now, Mr. Speaker, and I'm bringing this to your notice. Yesterday, he also brought a complaint to your notice. When we meet at the window, he didn't want us to end. It doesn't end. We'll go up to 9. And some of us will leave. I live at his area.
I suppose that this is a private discussion. Every committee can have outside of it. Yes. This brings us to the consideration of the Land Bill 2019 for today. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader, your guidance, please.
Speaker, I believe we can take an adjournment now and come to continue tomorrow. And if that's the pleasure of the House, I may want to move that this House take an adjournment to resume tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. Speaker, so move.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the vote for an adjournment. Thank you.
Other members, a motion for adjournment has been moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion say aye. All against say no. I heard the shouts of 3 people. The ayes have it. The House is adjourned to tomorrow, Friday, the 10th of July 2020, at 10 o'clock in the forenoon.